oral history. When one of our ancestors came to the country, he went to the cold mountains you'll see on that map, and he was freezing to death, and he called his two spiritual sisters to come from Hawaii in the Pacific to bring these hot waters to save him. That legend or that oral history has become a foundation of culture, language, songs, the way in which we relate to geothermal energy, the way we use the minerals in the geothermal springs and cook our food, that it is a cornerstone of our, and particularly my tribal history around geothermal. So those relationships have transcended the conversation with the government, which was largely about extraction and exploitation of the geothermal resource. So those cultural connections mean we will do a lot to protect it, irrespective of the position of different governments. Our relationship is intergenerational, and so our businesses are intergenerational. So we use all of our profits from these geothermal businesses to educate our children, to retain our language and our culture, and we have an entire business framework as a result of geothermal energy, just investing back into our tribal communities. As well as the Indigenous knowledge being a real integral part of understanding reservoir and where things are hot and why they are hot and where that heat comes from and how it's connected, and you'll see in the maps that those reservoirs connect different tribes. All that knowledge is something that we have held for over 1,000 years. And so our ability to understand not only geothermal and the reservoirs and where they sit in our own country, but also other Pacific cultures. So we have long-standing relationships with places like Hawaii, we have similar histories and oral histories around Pele, for them, their volcano, and connected directly to our volcanoes, for me in my hometown, Pihanga. So these long-term, thousands of years knowledge of where geothermal comes from, how tectonic plates shift. We set it in different ways, but we are the first scientists of our country. And I think that's really well recognised in New Zealand, that space of Indigenous knowledge has provided much more certainty. Environmental protection are held at the highest standard. And that has proven very good in long-term management of reservoirs for geothermal development.